Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. It's good to be back here after 2 days being away from the bar. It's the Boomba on your Boom Radio NG. My name is Shola Rogers.
And my name is Oladolukwa, the one and only.
Right.
Hi everybody.
Right.
So it's a very beautiful week. It's still a new year. It is still a new year, except we want to what's it called? So happy new year for people
it's an old year for some of us, but we have to go with the cliche, go with the pressure from people like Dolupo.
It's a new year still.
How new is this year?
It's
Big
10 days new.
10 days old actually.
10 days new.
10 days old.
10 days new.
10 days old.
It's 10 days new.
10
Thank you
days
very
old.
much. Anyway, so bid you a warm welcome right here on the bar. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're listening to us from. We are here to bring you the best of everything, the best of both worlds, right here on the Boom Bar. And we're here to give you gist on everything from sports, a lot of sports today actually, sports, entertainment, gossip, movies, awards, politics, and everything else going around the world. It's a very interesting. It has actually been a very interesting week all throughout the week. So the weekend. So we're here to just give you all that gist.
Yes. Shout out to everybody that's subscribing to our YouTube channel. We hit 100 a few hours ago. Play. Small by small.
Oh, we're 106 now.
Really?
So, yeah. Shout out to you people.
Slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely, yeah. Slowly but surely. So, like you said, slowly but surely.
And if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, what are you waiting for? Charlie, what exactly is the reason that you have not decided to support us?
Okay. Are you good?
I'm sorry, guys. Now play now. Now don't they send cough already?
Okay. So it's been a very interesting weekend, and of course the long-awaited and the much talked about, and the much-awaited Africa Cup of Nations finally got here.
Whoop.
Yesterday.
It's here, baby.
Like, it's official, so it's kind of really nothing.
Africa's biggest football showpiece is live now.
Yeah, I read a bit of it like over the weekend. There's a lot of changes here and there. There's going to be 5 substitutions instead of the regular 3. They're talking about how if your team has COVID, but they have about 11 players to put out except the goalkeeper, then the games will not be postponed. That if you do not agree to the terms, then you have to forfeit your match with a 2-0 loss, and a few things that, of course, they're peculiar because of COVID and all that. So, and we know that COVID is really ravaging. Last week, we as Nigeria, we know that Victor Osimhen couldn't go because of COVID. Yeah, and also last week we heard news about a lot of players, like 2 players from Gabon, including Aubameyang, got COVID as he got into his country. So we don't know if he's still going to play or not. Also today, Senegal has also started their matches with without the defender Koulibaly and Mendy, the goalkeeper, because of COVID.
Yes.
So we know that COVID is doing a lot.
COVID is doing a number on the Nations Cup, but this is how powerful the brand is. You can call me an optimist, call me anything, but regardless of all the issues, the Nations Cup
is all going.
It's reminiscent of what we learned in theater that says show must go on.
Definitely.
No
And definitely the show started yesterday with, of course, the host nation Cameroon,
Burkina Faso and Cameroon.
Burkina Faso yesterday, with Cameroon beating them 2-1.
Yeah.
And there was a lot about that game because everybody was going on about how there were penalties that weren't supposed to be, or they were supposed to be, and back and forth. That is because they were the host nation and all that. And at least I saw one of those scenarios that led to a penalty, which I didn't think there could have been anything other than a penalty there. I think we're being a little sentimental, but what do you think about that match?
Interesting game. Not exactly the kind of advert that you want for the Nations Cup. It was feisty. It was physical. There was a lot of but which is some African nations like to play like that. The tackles were flying all over the place. But against predictions and everything, Burkina Faso actually drew the first blood.
Yeah, they
by
did.
scoring against the host nation during an opening ceremony, and everybody was afraid. Oh, is this what's going to happen? Because what usually happens is when the host nation crashes out early, the people of that country don't even go watch the games except it's Nigeria. Shout out to Nigeria. You get, so is this what we're going to have? All of that. But guess what? Cameroon fought back, and 2 penalties. Yes, we get, but those 2 penalties were deserved.
Yeah, but it's just that
penalties are part of the game. Yeah, some referees would have probably waved it on or whatever, but with those penalties, in my opinion,
and I think it was actually deserving.
And in fact, it could have been 3-1, but it ended 2-1. And it was a good result. Then the next game, Cabo Verde.
Yeah, the Cape Verde and Ethiopia, where Ethiopia got
a
red card of the tournament.
They got a red, affected the game in a way.
Of course.
And of course, Cabo Verde, having recently seen them play against Nigeria twice, you don't want to look at them like minnows or anything.
Yeah.
They were slightly above but that game, I will not lie. Let's stop. Look, we're trying to sell the African brand, but guess what? That game was drab. In my opinion, it was drab. It was dry. Okay. But I think Cabo Verde deserved that 3 points and the goal.
And okay, so right now as we speak, the Group B match is going on. It is Senegal versus Zimbabwe. We know that Senegal is missing a few of their players, but also Senegal has the Sadio Mane.
Yeah.
And at the moment, the match is still on 0-0. The stats are they're actually looking a lot in favor of Senegal. The possession is 63 against 37% of with Zimbabwe. Shots on target, they have 2 shots on Zimbabwe has 1, and so it's looking more like in their favor. Yeah. But what I've come to also realize that whether you have the ball possession or not is really not. It's really not it at the end of the day.
If you don't get the points,
it's still the goals at the end of the day. It's Are we going to say that the people that are not playing are actually like key players that are not helping Senegal at the moment?
No excuses. No excuses. I've always said it. As painful as it might be, you take the best 23 or thereabout to this
whichever
tournament.
One,
whoever comes out are the best players for the country.
Should give you
we
the
know
best.
there are issues with all sorts of things, but no excuses here. If you win with those issues, you will play it up and say, even with the issues we won. So nobody should come
and so before we leave the issue of the AFCON, I was going to talk about Nigeria.
Yeah.
First things first, I don't know how recent, I don't know if that video is recent. There was a video flying around about how I think Iana Cho was having like a row with someone in the what's it called, in the camp where they were. And there's also stories of how they were eating ebanegusi or something. That should they be eating that kind of thing just before tournaments, and their diet, is it good for those things? Like a lot of things have come up with the Nigerian team, yeah? And we know that they're playing tomorrow against Egypt. And for me, they're in a group with Algeria, Sierra Leone, and Egypt. How easy do you think it will be, or do you think they're really going to crash out from this group stage?
It's not going to be easy, but let's address those things that you raised first. Them and their diet is really not anybody's business. If the people in charge of the team deem it fit to give them swallow, then let them have their swallow. You don't know what regime they are on, what fitness regime they are on. You don't know if they were allowed to take carbs. They're not take carbs for another 4 days. Nobody knows none of that. We just like to bring sentiments into everything. On this one, I'm not going to come for the team blindly and whatever. No, we always like to be objective. So I don't have a problem with their diet. I know that this happens all the time. At times, at the World Cup, when they travel and everything, these guys are bringing through a lot. So at times, they're hosted by the embassy. They bring Nigerian food for them. Or the organizers, that's the NFF, not the organizer of the tournament, but the administrators will say, you know what, let's get some Nigerian food. We don't know if they're going to work it out. We don't know. So people should not play that up and make it look like it's a thing, yeah? That's that for that. Here Nacho having issues with someone. I haven't seen the video, and I don't like going into things blindsided. Like, if you go and talk about something, if they tell you it's an old video, what will you do? If they tell you it was a skit that they were recording, what would you do? You understand? So until I see it and look at the source again, being someone who has an inroad into sports in Nigeria, I would be able to respond objectively and still put the things the way it should be. However, there are some Nigerian journalists, there are a lot of them, who are in Cameroon as we speak. Some of them are just heading there now. They want to get there before the Eagles play tomorrow against Egypt at 4 o'clock, right? So there's a guy, Victor Modo. I like that guy a lot. He put out a picture that they're just being with the Egyptian team, and they give them 15 minutes with their players and everything.
I saw that.
I liked that video. I shared the picture I shared and everything, and
the person was going on about how the Nigerian.
What he did is instructive of how things should be done. We're playing Egypt on Tuesday. They know that these people are Nigerian journalists, but they still spoke to them, which is the rule of the game. But in our own side, our own journalists will be prevented from talking to players. The players come with an attitude. The media officer of the team has an attitude. All of them just come with funny things.
I agree.
Rather than make enemies of everybody. Are you not supposed to just do your job professionally and allow people access to the players for those 15 minutes that is stipulated? Then you go. But what do? Look at it now. So what does that tell you? All these things.
So we have a few comments from Aguda FC. Hi everybody. So he says, fantastic opening ceremony. I hope the Europeans were watching. Okay. Live update. Yeah, Senegal 0, Zimbabwe 0. 52 minutes into the game. Then he says that the penalties, they were both deserved. The first one was given by VAR. Yeah. So that's good. We keep the comments coming. Keep the comments coming.
Comment from someone else, and it just shows that if you're objective, you will see things without sentiment.
Yeah,
it was before that people will say, "Oh, it's because they're the host nation." Is it a crime to be the host nation and win 2 penalties? Come on,
it's not their fault if you decide to play really rough. It's not their fault.
So on that note,
Nigeria's game tomorrow.
So Nigeria's game tomorrow. I'm not going to lie. I have to be very honest. I am afraid.
Very skeptical.
Not skeptical.
Afraid.
But I am optimistic. Being a Nigerian, who knows that when the chips are down, that's when we rise up the most.
Because this for me, this group is not a walk in the park at all.
It's a tough group. Playing against Egypt in our first game is not easy.
It's not easy.
But to be the best, you must beat the best.
I agree.
So Mo Salah is the factor. At the moment, in my opinion, is the best player in the whole world. Messi, Ronaldo, Lewandowski.
They got their time.
Put all of them. Put all of them in the same room. At the moment, in my opinion, as Shola Rogers, Mo Salah is the best player in the world. So, do we have a plan to stop Mo Salah? But you see, it's always when you don't expect anything from them that they do well.
Step up. You know, the issue I have with the Nigerian team, sorry, it's just the same issue I have with Arsenal, and I have Manchester United, and at times Tottenham. Not at times, a lot of times Tottenham as well. And the thing is, you do not know when they're going to step up. And I feel that this is the kind of game that will set the momentum for the
entire tournament.
It's not just about Nigeria, it's just about Egypt. A lot of people are actually going to watch this game. Like, everybody wants to see what's really going to come out of this game. I'm not saying shout out to Egyptians, but you know, it's what it is. I would hope that Nigerians will finally, or for some time, they would actually step up this time. But and finally, before we leave Nigerian team and all, Ahmed Musa has come out to say that this will be his final Africa Cup of Nations. He's not saying that he's retiring immediately after the Africa Cup of Nations. He's saying we know that there's still
World Cup this year.
World Cup later this year, but it looks like after the World Cup, he's not going to be playing any more international matches as officially a 29-year-old.
Perfect timing by Ahmed Musa. No matter what anybody could say, this is a guy that gave Nigeria his all, regardless of what anybody
else is saying.
Ahmed Musa, amazing human being, always giving back, always giving to charity, leaving everything on the pitch. That's what he does. He has his bad days. He has days when it just didn't click, you know. But playing for Nigeria, I think he has been someone who we can accord legendary status
as well. So moving off that, I'm still talking about sports. It's official. Novak Djokovic has now been released from the Australian immigration detention today, as he won his court case to remain in the country. But there's still reports that the government is saying that they're still considering another move to deport him, to cancel his visa again.
Look, it's rare to fight a government and win. This judgment that he has gotten is a landmark judgment. In my mind, maybe because I must confess I am biased. I don't like people who don't want to get vaccinated. I am confessing today. I try to be liberal. I try to be, it's fine if you don't get. It's a lie. Today I will confess. So I'm not happy with him, but he is saying that he actually got COVID.
Yeah.
And he's saying for that reason, he doesn't need a vax anymore. You get. But we've seen people even with booster that are getting COVID.
And still get COVID. They're not talking about vaccines. Don't even make you not get COVID. Now talk about people that you don't even get vaccinated at all. I'm
triple vaxxed. Like, the 2 shots have been collected. The booster have been collected. I know you are too. So, look at it. I don't see any physical or mental changes in my life.
I even feel
it's not a negative thing.
From the angle of the other people he's going to be interacting with, I think it's not fair on those other people meaning that you are actually more susceptible to getting COVID. You get COVID and then you now transfer it to other people.
But the courts have spoken and they say he can stay and defend his title. But again, it's now because the organizers of the tournament do not own the country.
Yeah, it is still the purview of the country.
On the Australian government to say, we still don't want this guy in our country because of this reason. Or even, they don't even need to give you a reason.
We just don't want
Anytime you get a visa, they tell you now that they can cancel it at any time.
They can cancel it at any time. It's
But someone needs to ask Novak Djokovic, why is it a problem?
Why is it so much of a problem? Why are you making it so difficult? Yeah. And we've already talked about it. I'm talking about COVID, yeah, and the Australian Open. Now, an Australian tennis player, Nick Kyrgios, has now actually come out to say that he's tested positive to COVID-19, and this is just a week before the Australian Open. Of course, now he does not have visa issues, but he's saying that hopefully he will test negative before the Australian Open so that he can participate Sydney Tennis Classic that is going on right now, it had to withdraw because of the COVID results.
It's a sad news on his own part, but I like his optimism, and let's see how this will happen.
This definitely pans out. Okay, so we're moving off that now, and we're moving to a little bit of stuff that has happened over the weekend.
Plenty of
things.
Just one wound us. That is, in fact, if we finish the stories that we have lined up, we deserve awards.
Yeah, plenty of just lined up. Okay, starting from there was an
Mommy
award.
Gio.
Yeah, very wicked. You I mean, no, we're not getting to that
Please,
yet.
nah.
No, we're not.
Why are you like this
yet.
now?
We're not getting there.
Why
yet.
so serious, Charlie?
We're talking about the Golden Globe Awards that happened over the weekend. It was amazing. There's a lot of people that yesterday a lot of people got awards. For one, Will Smith actually got the award for the
boy
movie,
like Will,
which I've not seen that movie. I don't even know why. It's in the cinema. Yeah, that's why I'm not seeing it. King Richard.
I've seen trailers. I've seen the build up to the movie. I listened to some of the soundtrack and everything. Congratulations to Big Will. This is smelling Oscar already.
Oh yeah, so
this is Oscar buzz.
This is definitely Oscar buzz. The movie. There's a lot of movies that actually got that were like a lot. First, another one, Squid Game.
Yeah,
Squid Game for the.
I would never watch it.
Okay, never though. But
it's me now, but it's me. It's me. I know myself. For me not to watch, I have Netflix. And I have not watched Squid Game. I don't intend to watch. But it's not about me.
Yeah.
I just put that out there. Because before you talk about something, at least you must have experienced it or know about it.
Yeah.
I have not seen Squid Game. I don't plan to watch Squid Game. I have my reasons. But the stories surrounding the writer of Squid Game, the whole process of going through all of that for over 10 years of rejection and everything, and now becoming the most streamed,
Yeah, and the funny thing, the award that Squid Game got was best supporting actor in a movie, supporting role, and this person
was for the old man.
It was for the very old man, and it's very, very amazing. This man is 77.
So
it's a very inspiring
shout out to the writers
very
of Squid Game, the producers, and everybody that put it together. I heard that there's going to be a sequel.
Yeah, there's going to be a sequel.
You guys have done amazing, and the fact that I have a personal issue with it does not mean that I cannot be objective about it. Shout out to you guys, man. You guys are amazing.
And so, a movie, the series also Succession did a lot, got a few awards. The actor. For best television series and all that, then a lot more awards came up, and it was a lot of people definitely got a lot of things done. And then moving on from that, we're still not going to where you're going yet.
No, keep going, man. There's so much.
Now, another gist that happened over the weekend, and it looked like somebody was getting chased out. Uncle, Auntie Bobrisky, because we don't even know what he or she, he. Or
guy now, Bobrisky na man.
Let's put
look
it
the
as
name, Bob.
They are they.
Look, you can be politically correct on this matter.
Bobrisky.
This guy name na Bob Risky. That's not even his real name.
Bobrisky.
So when he was going to become what he has become now, why didn't he choose a feminine name?
Bobrisky is they. My dictionary is them.
Okay, good luck to you now. Me, I don't fit talk my own again. So, now only your own we go take.
Them. Bobrisky.
The guy. Man where they do like woman, Bobrisky. I talk what happened?
As now come to say he had actually come out.
He said they're sorry.
Yeah, but let's give them a little background. So they look like they were supposed to be
background. I say person.
Oh God.
They do party for Bini. One babe they do party. Can't invite babes and Bobrisky. They fly go Bini. As inside the day motto now, the bros call the jam talk, the flex. Oh, no, everybody understand broken English.
No.
So let me get back to it. So they flew to Benin from Lagos, and they were going for an event. It was maybe someone's dad's
It was
burial
someone's
or
grandfather's
something,
burial.
and all of that. And in the video, on his way to the hotel, I assume, because they were just being picked and they had police escorts and everything, I'm sure he was really bowled over with the whole VIP treatment that they got. So he made a video, and it was like, oh, talking about the Oba of Benin, and at some point he made references that, look, come and marry me, I'm this and that and that. Of course, he had done that video and moved on. But by the time he got to the hotel, the feedback was mad.
We're not having it.
And of course, there was another video, some guy with a red beret.
Oh, a lot of people, different
I'm
people.
I'm just talking about one. Because, look, I know Edo State very well. I spent a few years in that state. I love Edo State. And when he did that, people came out and said, you are disrespecting our Oba, we will not take it. And they gave him an ultimatum. And I think that they would have actually, the way I saw all those feedback and stuff, they would have actually gone to that party.
They even told there was videos of people saying where the party was.
Oh, they knew the venue and everything.
And there was actually
the party was supposed to be at a military base. But don't worry about that. You think because it's at a military base?
There was video of this party that I saw, and of course, Bobrisky was not there.
No, he left. He left because the thing about it is that he now made an apology video saying, like, you know, it was that serious, blah, 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 blah. But
it looks like people were
the
not
ultimatum was there. It was like a marked man, of course, and every smart man knows when to run. And this guy ran.
He definitely ran.
Oh, you're saying he too now.
He or she, they, no.
You said he twice before I called you out.
They ran.
I beg you.
So, looks like Bobrisky is not going to be going to Benin City anytime soon.
Never say never. Maybe they will invite him to come and apologize physically.
Yeah. I don't want to be not like I'm on his side, but to be honest, I saw that video and it was just like a message in passing. But the funny thing about it is that we all have different thresholds. We have different things that we do, especially when you're dealing with Benin people. I've never been to Benin or I've never been to Edo State, but the little that I know about them is that their Oba is like next to God.
Whatever you want to do. Look,
I'm just saying what I have perceived.
Public service announcement. Whoever you are, if you're not an Edo person or a Benin person, whatever you do, don't reference the Oba of Benin. Don't joke. Don't play. Don't even talk about him. Just a nice advice. They know they take their Oba play. They don't even take out the joke. You understand? Let's just put that on. So
let's just put it out there. Public service announcement.
Yeah.
Okay. So moving off that, there is also like a lot of issues that has also come out. Somebody somewhere. Okay, before we go to another of the issues, good news. Fireboy DML has officially hit the top 10, the UK top 10. With his song Peru. Of course, we know it's featuring
Peru, the remix with
Ed Sheeran. It's
the Game of Thrones only singer that I know, Ed Sheeran. And look, let's be honest with ourselves.
I love this.
It's one of the best collaborations I have seen.
Yes.
In recent
I
times.
agree with you. And another angle that I was going to go is that I love this angle of, because whether we like it or not, it's also business. It's also building on, when you collaborate with people, the idea is also that it's a marketing strategy. Yeah. You're building up on that person's fan base as well. I think it's amazing.
Let's talk about that. So there is an upcoming artist that someone in the industry has gotten a collaboration for him with Olamide.
Oh yeah, okay.
And even the artist does not even know, as at the time this message was put out. But Olamide was like, oh, you know what, let's jump on it, let's do this because I'm leaving Nigeria at the end of the month. Of course, he's going to America for Fireboy's US tour and everything. and other things that they want to do. The entertainment industry is a business.
Oh, of course, it is.
Now,
industry.
you get collaborations like the band and Don Jazzy got a collaboration with Snoop Dogg.
With Snoop Dogg, the band got with
and that opened the door, you know,
I can't remember
for the collaborations and the work that Don Jazzy and the band did behind the scene
with
for
Kanye,
Beyonce, Kanye,
Jay-Z.
and Jay-Z.
Yeah.
These are facts.
Mm-hmm.
And this actually was something that elevated Nigerian music in recent times to another level that people cashed in on. Look, Yemi Alade has a collaboration with Rick Ross.
Rick Ross with Angelique Kidjo. What?
P Square had a collaboration with Rick Ross.
Yeah.
Akon has a collaboration with all the Nigerian artists. The man is a part Nigerian. He loves us.
Yeah.
But how many of them have you seen promote a collaboration like Ed Sheeran?
Ed Sheeran did, yeah.
Ed Sheeran is promoting Peru remix like it's his song. But he's not taking it as a song. He's just saying,
like, I was
me
on
and
this
Fireboy
song,
did this. Go and watch it. Go and listen.
this.
Go and download. It's pushing
And
it.
to be honest, we hear
retweeting.
collaborations about something, but this one, I think is fire.
Davido did a collaboration with Nicki Minaj.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big deal.
That's a big deal.
That's no joke.
Yeah.
But did Nicki push it the way Ed is pushing?
No.
Brandy pushed somebody's song.
Somebody's song,
She
yeah.
did a lot.
She actually did.
The song she did with Tiwa Savage.
Mm-hmm.
Because now it's going beyond the business. Because
you all know these
for
people
who that don't
big.
understand, collaborations are not free.
They're not free. They're getting
People
get paid.
But in this case, for someone like Ed Sheeran now, we don't know the arrangement he has with Fireboy.
Mm-hmm.
He might have not collected money. You know why? Because he was the one that actually reached out to say, I need to get on this song. I love this song. Now in Peru, they love the song so much. There are videos of the song being played, you know, in clubs and stuff, DJs mixing it with different flavors and blends and stuff. You know, done a little bit of research and into it, and you will just realize that it's an amazing. So shout out to Fireboy, shout out to his management in Nigeria, YBNL, headed by Olamide, Empire, and the other people working, you know, outside Nigeria. They're doing great stuff for them, great stuff. And Ed Sheeran, you are amazing.
Wow. So it's an amazing one. So, but just talking about something that you picked up is something else that we're talking about, and the Zazuze crooner Portable has come out to say that he signed himself. Nobody has signed him, and he has signed himself. And we know that there's been a lot of rancor about, and there's a lot of talk about Portable over the days, and I know that is something that people do not want to talk about. Yes, everybody's always going on about how people helped him. Everybody helps everybody. I personally do not think anybody is self-made. The story that everybody talks about being self-made, I don't agree with that angle when people say they're self-made. Everybody needs somebody to help them. Yeah, but there's a conversation that we do not want to have in the Nigerian industry. It's the fact that people that are opportuned to help people tend to
exploit
people.
It happens all the time.
They tend to get exploited.
We see it all the time. Now, Portable is obviously a street boy who loves to make music. This is not the first song that he's dropping. This is not his first, attempt at becoming big in the industry. But the problem is, Portable needs a lot of support, a lot of training, a lot of advice, and a lot of management. Now, there was a video that we had done a few weeks ago that I said shout out to Kugbagidi and Olamide and Kokoli, the people who helped him. But I'm not sure that they really had a sit down with Portable. And I'm not sure Portable, if they did, I'm not sure he listened. That now, the realm that you are going into, there's a way about it. sadly, look, everybody is angry with some of the stupid things he has done. Going to fight someone in front of a naval base and doing all sorts of things. We get that.
But he's not. He doesn't get
understand that the man is an overnight success.
He's new to this.
Overnight success. And being an overnight success, there are a lot of pitfalls. Some people will get this and never come out of it. I pray for him. I hope that he gets, everything going the way it should. But the people who are also promoting him, if what they've done to him in this process is the things that we've seen in those videos that he has posted and other people have posted, they too, they have shortcomings. The parts where he's saying, oh, his promoter or former promoter was saying, because they unfollow themselves on Instagram, or at least the promoter unfollowed him, and he goes, oh, you know how much I've spent on you? He said, no, don't say you spent money on me. You've been taking money from me too. You see, he that comes to equity must come with clean hands.
Yeah.
So on the part of these people, they are business people, but remember, you must always sign the dotted lines. You must always clarify these things.
Even if not on his side,
because not everybody understands a gentleman's agreement.
As what's it called, portable. But from you people that understand the business, that you get how it works, you should actually help him as well. And that way, you're helping yourself.
You're helping yourself, because if you were investing in him, then that means you want returns.
Yeah, of
so
course.
How do you protect your investment?
Your own investment,
if you don't sign the dotted lines,
exactly,
or have a gentleman's agreement that will be kept.
And talking about record deals, somebody has come out to say that Wizkid FC should not ruin his life, as someone called Starboy Ahmed has come out that Wizkid never gave him the 10 million naira or record deal that he was promised. Now, what's happened to this story? A Twitter user had posted a video that he saw a young boy rapping on the streets and begging for money. Then he claimed that, and he put it out that, is this not the same person that was on Wizkid's concerts, that was featured in Wizkid's concert as far back as 2017, where Wizkid had promised this particular rapper 10 million naira and a record deal as far back as 2017. But he's on the street begging and rapping, and he's claiming that Wizkid never gave him the money and that his life is in shambles, and that if Wizkid had given him the money, he would not be on the streets of Lagos begging.
It's a sad story. It's a very sad story, but it's not over yet. I remember the buzz around Wizkid bringing the guy on stage. He was hugging him and all of that, and he promised to do certain things for him. For me, is it that Wizkid couldn't do those things?
Doesn't have 10 million naira.
He has more than 10 million to spare. We know he's that rich. That's not the issue. I think again that it has to do with his team, his management, the people around him. Baba,
you have not done
we need to do this thing and move on with it, or we need to bring this guy in. A few months ago, about 2 years ago, some young boys from Agege would always make videos on Instagram, and they're always singing together, freestyling. Fast forward to now, one of them is Zinoliski. He signed to Naira Marley's record label. Yeah. Another one is Hot Kid Fire, who is signed to Dr. Dollar. Then another one was signed to Davido. The one signed to Davido in that group looked like the most talented
of them.
But the sad part is he got caught up in some domestic violence and all. And look at where he is now.
Nobody knows where he is anymore.
He's still hanging with Zeno and the rest of them. But look, his career is not going well. But I pray that he bounces back, because I think that boy is very talented. So you always want to see. Maybe I'm a sucker for the underdog. I always want to see people make it. I always want to see people leave the ghetto, leave the streets, so that they take other people with them. In this case, Starboy Ahmed got promises from Wizkid, and those promises were obviously not fulfilled. this noise will get to Wizkid, and I pray that he now fulfills his promise. Even if he's not going to bring him into his management, if he gives him the money,
whatever it is that he wants,
whatever
to do
the guy
with
wants to do with it,
I,
let him do
I,
with it.
a lot of people have
But
been
my
going
issue
on.
is not with that. It's with the fans who think because they love Wizkid, they have to defend him all the time.
And saying that
Wizkid will never come and tell you he's perfect. He is human. He makes mistakes too. It might not be intentional. I even looking at the kind of person Wizkid is. It's not intentional. Something has gone wrong somewhere. A breakdown in communication.
I get it. A lot of people are saying that Wizkid does not owe him money. You know, truth. The approach of how the guy said it about how if Wizkid had given him that money, he would not be on the streets begging. Not guaranteed though. But is it? I also think that the way people are going on that, yes, Wizkid does not owe him money, but you promised him, so you kind of owe him.
He actually does.
You promised him, so you owe him.
You know how they say that a promise is a debt.
You owe him. You promised him in front of the whole.
You owe him.
He will not come out boldly to talk about this if there was no conversation about it at all. But I like what you said, that the way we have this very I don't even know what to call it, this following, this idolatry kind of thing that we do.
Do you remember Stan?
Yeah.
Eminem. Mm-hmm. That's what we have now. But we have it en masse.
We have
Stan was one guy that Eminem created or talked about. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But now we have like 1 million stans.
You see with Big Brother, people are literally insulting themselves.
People don't use their brains
threatening
anymore.
Themselves and all sorts of things. And I'm like, are we this jobless? Like, have we gotten to this point where we always have to find something to see? A lot of people are saying a lot of things. Someone says, I beg, move on. You know, owe you money. Before, why you they cry anyhow? Someone say, Wizkid might not have given him 10 million at once, but for real, Wizkid's representatives visited his home. He stays close to my area in Ikorodu. We sent him to school, Caleb International, and gave him opportunity to link up with him once in a while. If I'm not mistaken, he was even using an iPhone, but he was just smoking anyhow and spoiling the students until he was expelled.
You see another angle.
His mom, on the other hand, Wizkid gave her money. I don't know the figure, but she left the shop and started living lavish Owambe life. Okay.
But that's someone, and again, how true is this? Because we all know how someone said Portable made her pregnant. Then the person comes out the next day to say the baby is a neighbor's child and she was just doing it for fun. You get that? She didn't know it was going to go viral. This person might be lying. The other day, someone said that they were at the hotel where Mochivius was being evicted.
Yeah.
That story doesn't look like it's true.
It doesn't check out, yeah.
We don't believe everything that people say. A lot of people
have been saying a lot of things. That
at the end of the day,
not even done taking care of his children.
It's still on. No, that's not their problem. That's not their business.
You're
not Wizkid's manager.
Yeah, you're not the one that promised him the money.
It's still on Wiz to do what he can. But if the guy has become a junkie and is smoking around and everything, then it's on the guy. But did he get what he was promised? That's what we're saying. Or maybe, like that person said, if that person was not lying,
if it was
maybe the mother took the money and
you know, they just blew and all that. We never know, but we hope that there's some.
But I just hope that
there's some comment from Wizkid's,
there's some positive twist to this story.
That has to be, yeah. There definitely has to be. And then before we leave entertainment issues, Mommy Gio.
That one is entertainment now.
Is it not?
Is it not religious?
Is entertainment
in your life? You are now calling church entertainment.
Is entertainment. Nigeria is a lot of entertainment.
The Lord be with you.
Amen. And with you too. So, Mommy Gio has come out. I think it was even a BBC interview, yeah? That she came out to say that all the videos that came out about her, that they were all doctored.
That they're fake, and she never said any of those things.
And I'm wondering, how and why? I know that, of course, people were creating memes and all that. But before she really became as popular as she is, a few weeks ago, I've been seeing a lot of videos that does not look doctored.
I have one word.
And I'm wondering,
Just one word to
Mommy
describe.
Gio, are you not sure you are going to have
She
fire
even
like
says
this?
she's not Mommy Gio, but we will continue to call her that because it's convenient for us. I have one word to describe her. It's a C word. Coward. You're a coward. You said that you have a message about footballers. You even called out MFM for sponsoring a football team. Is that doctored too?
And I'm wondering,
You have written books about.
You literally will see.
There is a
these
book she
videos.
wrote. There is actually a book she wrote about the number of years she spent.
And then you say that.
Oh, you didn't say that you were from Egypt and that you were a man and that you died and you. Come on. We just know that you're an effing coward because you didn't expect this kind of fame.
You didn't.
You didn't expect this kind of attention. And now it's really choking you to the point where you don't even feel attend your own church service. And in the video, one of the videos in the interview she granted BBC Pidgin, which was an interesting video. Shout out to BBC Pidgin for doing these great jobs. She said that it didn't start today, that she's been at it for a while and she just got popular, and that because of her message, some churches fight her. Then there was a time that they were driving somewhere and a gun was pointed at her in traffic.
Who knows you?
Guess what? And that they shot at them.
Okay.
No, the video is on BBC Pidgin. So this particular one, did she not say it?
Yeah,
Then she talked about when she was in the bank one time and they took a picture of her and sent it to her and said, you see, if we wanted to kill you, we could have killed you. Mama, show us those messages.
When
do a screen grab, of the message that they sent you to say, oh, you're in church.
You're in church.
You're in a bank.
I even feel that
send it.
Some of these things are very funny.
I think she's just a coward.
She's just a coward. There's a lady that went to her church just to
several people went
and she put out pictures and all that. So I saw a particular picture.
Bunch dodo.
I saw a particular picture where she took a picture of a banner in front of the church that had
the things that you should not.
Things that you're not allowed to wear, which is part of the things that she had preached about earlier. And you say that
those videos are doctored. But there's a banner in your church saying people cannot use mobile phones inside, no jewelry, and mama,
like,
actually, I tell you, you're just there talking a whole lot of dosh.
I think that we should be, as in, mommy.
The thing is that when Nigerians had time for her, they put her in a place where she never thought she could be, and now she can't handle the pressure.
Okay, yeah, before we go off entertainment, just shortly, a few minutes ago, it has been said that a famous juju musician, Dayo Kujore, has officially died. It said that he died some hours ago, but it was definitely today. This was announced by his daughter, Ayinke Kujore. Wow.
Dayo Kujore, one of my favorite juju musicians ever. Soko, that's his brand of music, Soko music. There was a time
he died at the age of 63.
Yeah, there was a time there was kind of some rivalry between him and Dele Taiwo. They all became very big around the same time, and it was beautiful music that he played. We played that on Boom Radio Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays. We do. 10:15 to 12 midnight. May his soul rest in perfect peace.
Definitely, amen.
He was indeed a great music maestro.
Yep. And so, moving on from that, let's move on to something a bit more inclusive. And this is talking about Mali. Mali is definitely an issue that needs to be talked about. Earlier, there was news that the vice president had gone to Ghana. We know that the Ghanaian president is the current ECOWAS president. So a lot of their meetings are going to be in Ghana. And the main crux of this particular meeting was about Mali and the military junta, the overthrowing of a lot of things that has happened in Mali. So now they came out and then there's sanctions. And everybody's wondering, why are there so much sanctions? The sanctions about they've closed all borders, African countries, all borders around Mali from air to they closed everything. All planes going to Mali have been suspended. A lot of food imports that are going into Mali, except for power, for electricity, for drugs, and basically COVID-19 issue, pharmaceuticals. That other than that, all ambassadors have been withdrawn from Mali and all that. And you're wondering, like, what's causing all this sanctions from ECOWAS? And it is said that the military that according to what was said before, by February there was supposed to be an election that was supposed to bring in a democratically elected government into Mali. But then, after a meeting with the Malian government, interim government that we have now, they said that they're going to be there till 2026.
Why?
Which the ECOWAS is saying is totally unacceptable.
Why are they going to be there till 2026?
No reason.
The problem with Africa is Africans.
I think that we're very always power drunk.
We do know that politicians can be messed up. We know there could be all of that. But there's a right way and a wrong way. Mm-hmm. Again, I'm happy that ECOWAS is taking the bull by the horn. Mm-hmm. They're not waiting for any foreign bodies to come and help them
deal with this. Yeah.
Because what happens in Mali can happen in Ghana, can happen in Nigeria,
yeah,
can happen anywhere.
It really,
and they had already agreed a couple of years ago that this will never happen.
This will never happen again.
In ECOWAS again.
It's sending a message round. It is.
The sanctions will hurt the Malian people a lot. I hope that the military junta will have sense enough to go back to the original plan of conducting that election, because if they don't, man, things will get harder. People are going.
It's really going to get hard.
And it's only the innocent people that will suffer.
That is the innocent people that actually suffer the most. And before we move on, I saw news in Kano State, and Kano State government has officially banned children from going to hotels, and also they have banned men and women from swimming in the same pool and smoking shisha.
Mm-hmm. So if I go to Kano, I can't take my children with me. I don't want to talk about this. I don't know what your own take. What's your take on it?
Okay.
You also don't want to talk about it, so let's move on.
No, I think I want to actually.
I think you don't want to.
I think I want to actually.
I can't take my children to
the
an hotel.
issue, yes. So I don't get how that it said the reference to stop underage children from entering. Okay, now the story is actually that the issue is to stop underage children from entering hotels without their parents.
Okay, so I can take my children.
So you can. Okay, they banned shisha smoking.
They ban it. I don't.
Swimming between men and women in a pool.
I don't understand that one, but it's your state. So if the law permits you to do it, go ahead. No problem.
The CEDEX committee would also oversee the activities of DJs at wedding ceremonies and events. And all event centers are to be closed by 11 p.m.
Okay, so wait, I'm coming. Does this law also include private pools too?
So if I have a pool in my house, you're going to come and tell me that
you can swim with your wife or your husband or your boyfriend. Don't look what can swim with a boyfriend. Sad. You will swim and come out.
You are very.
Then he will go and swim. Abi, that's how it works.
You just had to say that.
I had to speak the truth, Abi.
You just had to do that.
Sorry.
Anyway,
apologize.
Okay, so now let's talk about COVID. We know that COVID is really ravaging everybody. Now there's also, as of today, now in the last 24 hours, they have recorded about 6 people, additional 6 people that have died from COVID. But news today is that Greece has officially donated 1 million doses of Johnson & Johnson vaccine to the federal government of Nigeria.
Check the expiry date. That's all I have to say. And thank you, Greece, but check the expiry date.
Wow.
Can we not talk again?
You people.
Thank you, Greece. Thank you. It's not you I'm talking about. It's expiry date.
And also talking about COVID and COVID results. Sorry. Oh God. Fan. Okay, why am I sneezing?
Because of the expiry date
Yep.
of the AC.
I have nothing to say to you. So, the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria, FAN, has said that they have arrested 90 persons at the Lagos, and that's the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, and then Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, for people that are selling fake COVID-19 results.
Good. Not only those ones, the ones that sell fake forex, the ones that are also racketeering everything from parking spaces to padlocks. Look, you need to clean up the airports. We need to have
Do
same
not
things
buy
happening there.
a padlock at the airports. 100 naira padlock.
You can't get that.
100 naira padlock beside your house is 2,000 naira at the airport. We're so exploitative people. I don't get why we do those things, but you know, it is what it is. People do what they do, and you just wonder why. But before we go, now there's a story where the National Assembly had uncovered 14.7 billion naira proceeds from PHCN, that we know does not power holding, that was just in commercial banks, just sitting there.
How did this happen? How can an existing entity have so much money when it was becoming extinct and nobody could track the funds?
I'm even wondering.
And now that you have found 14 point something billion, is this all that is hidden? That means, again, that also shows the possibility that some people could have stolen some of the
one
assets
that is even
and
kind
funds
of amazing
of the power
me at the
holding company.
moment is that I thought there was, when they moved from power holding, I think that was when they were broken up, into Ibadan Disco, Eko Disco, Ikeja Disco, Abuja Disco. I hope I'm getting it right. Is it that they didn't do like proper documentation to know that there's this asset somewhere, there's this money somewhere? So it might not just be about money alone. It could be landed property as well, all over the place. I think this now calls for it to actually be looked into like properly.
It's important actually, because how does an existing company like a properly structured parastatal or company under the government becomes the one that is able to hide this amount of money in the bank? What did the banks do with the money over this period? How come the banks didn't report?
They never reported these things.
Look, we've had these funds with us for 2 years. Because we know this thing has happened over 2 years. I'm just saying.
And finally, before we go, final updates from the match between Senegal and Zimbabwe, the Africa Cup of Nations. The match is officially ended, and it ended 1-0. Senegal beating Zimbabwe, and of course, our very own Sadio Mane,
as expected,
scored. Even though it was a penalty, it was about 97-minute penalty. But Sadio Mane definitely gave them the winning.
Sadio Mane
definitely came up, and it did it for them. So they officially have 3 points in their leading they're leading that group now until until later on in the day, where we'll now see today by 8 p.m. West African time, Gabon is Malawi is supposed to play with Guinea today at 5 p.m. That's about an hour from now. So then we'll know what is what. But for now, Senegal is topping the team with 3 points. And on that note, that's all we able to take today on the Boom Bar. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for all the comments. We'll be back again tomorrow, definitely. But you can catch a repeat of this at 7 p.m. West African time on boomradio.com.ng. And you can also watch this on Boom Radio on YouTube and Facebook, Boom Radio. And from us to you, it is peace.